Hi there, this is Ashwini again, and today at random, I'm going to speak about emotional baggage and guilt and shame that we often feel, and I used to feel some time back. Now, I'll be telling you my experiences with emotional baggage and guilt and feeling of regrets, um, and hopefully, this should help you. So, if you're new to this channel, then do stay around. Hopefully, um, you will learn something from my past mistakes. And if you have already subscribed, then I'm really, really grateful that you're here and do like, share, and comment. I really, really appreciate it. And press that bell notification to get the videos immediately as soon as I upload them. So, at random, today I'm going to speak about emotional baggage and how I dealt with it. Now, what is emotional baggage? You might ask. Well, just imagine yourself as a snail which is walking with the shell of past regrets and histories that you have on your back. So, just like a snail, you go slowly and slowly with a huge weight on your back. And once you realize that you have to remove it or it comes off, then you feel so light and free. And how did I manage this? Well, my recovery was twofold. It was physical removal of emotional baggage, and then an internal removal of um, emotional baggage that I had. And the physical removal kick-started the emotional removal of this emotional baggage that I had. Now, since about 10 years ago, I had 7 years of really terrible experiences. Okay, so there was a lot of people and incidences which happened, which left a mark in my mind. And of course, uh, as human beings, a lot of things happen to us which leave a mark inside of your mind. We have many past experiences, regrets, shameful incidences that have happened to us, some things we should have done differently. You keep on thinking, if I had done this and if I had done that, and maybe I would have been in a better position now. So, this is what you keep on thinking about. And yes, bad things happen to you. People do bad things to you, and you might do some bad things to others, and then you might have regrets. Now, the first and foremost thing that you must do is that you should accept that these things happen to you. Accept them and say, okay, I did this thing or someone did this thing to me, and yes, it was really bad and it was really unfortunate, but then we have to move on and not dwell on the bad things which happened to us and left a mark in us, as in the excess baggage that we carry all around with us, which does not make us move quickly ahead in life or start afresh anew with enthusiasm. So, and the people who are around such people who carry such emotional baggage should also know that sometimes no solution is required. An answer is not required. Just some empathy and understanding and acknowledgement that this person has suffered so much. So, all you should say to such a person is, yes, I understand you had a terrible experience, and I'm so sorry that it happened to you, and I hope your life will be better ahead. That's all a person needs when a person is in pain or is carrying some burdens of the past with him and he cannot get over it. Now, the person who's suffering this way has to realize that you cannot keep on moping around for many days by being a victim. Yes, you are a victim, but how long will you be a victim? Yes, you have to come out of it. You have to uh, find a solution to it, make a change in your life. So you have regrets and you have learned from these mistakes or these experiences that have happened to you, and you have to make sure that you learn from them and that these experiences do not happen again. So if it was a problem with trust, that you trusted people too much, then you should make a change, that be aware of what you're telling others and how you trust others with money or emotions or feelings or whatever that you suffered from. So learn from the mistakes. Okay, so don't mope around feeling ashamed or having regrets or thinking that I should have said this, I should have said that. Make sure you change and make and do the right thing and say the correct things now. Okay, so how did I deal with this? I had a plethora of problems 10 years ago, emotionally and also physically. I was physically exhausted and emotionally exhausted. It was like a rubber band which was being stretched to its limit. Now, how did I get rid of it? Um, and how did I get rid of these burdens that I was carrying? First of all, what I did was get up in the morning every day and say sorry for all the wrongs that I had done. Forgive those people who had wronged me and those people I had wrong against. Every day I say, may you have happiness and good health. Once you say that, accept your sins, if any, accept the sins, say sorry, and give good intent to those who had offended you or you had offended. And be thankful and grateful. I know these are just words and everybody says them that you should do it, but try and do it so that you have a clean slate, and any wrongs that you had done to others, if you wish them well, then you are sending good intent to others. So you want to send out good vibes so that you will get good vibes back, hopefully. But at least your slate will be clean, your heart will be clean to move forward for all the wrongs that you have done. And those who have wronged you, you just forget about them. Say, okay, bad experiences, bad people, my mistake that I trusted these people. So you say, I forgive you and may you have a happy life ahead. Okay, you're not my problem anymore, right? Now, what I did was number one, physically, first thing what I did, I told you before, my process was more physical and then it became emotional and internal baggage that I removed. I physically burnt an object which was around my neck during all the problems that I had. It was a thread that I had put during some puja. I said, okay, let us remove this first and burn it. Then I started burning a few objects which could burn and not cause a problem. I did that and I felt really, really relieved. I gave away things which were connected to those bad times. And slowly, slowly, physically, I removed these things which reminded me or which had so not do not did not have any purpose in my life. It was just excess which I didn't need, maybe clothes or objects I thought were too many, too much, and it's good to declutter. So I started to declutter these objects which were connected to my bad times. So this helped. Then I slowly started to remove these thoughts which were pulling me down, that I felt being a victim. I told my husband that when I tell you my problems, you just tell me that I'm sorry that this happened to you and it was really bad, and that helped a lot instead of finding a solution to the problem. That is what he did. So he used to keep on saying, okay, yes, this was really bad and this happened to you, and then you start feeling better inside yourself. So I stopped feeling like a victim and you start feeling as yourself, right? So I then started removing these people who were causing me problems in my life slowly and slowly. Yes, you keep these people and these kind of problems at an arm's distance, and so you'll be much happier. Be acquainted with such people, but don't get yourself too involved in those people who make you feel awful. And then, of course, always, always, when you decide on something, when you say something, always think twice before you make a comment. This is something, or and also don't react immediately. This is something which I've learned. Think before you say something. Do not react immediately. Think and respond correctly. So this helped me remove this excess emotional baggage that I had, and I found myself in that process. And I think now I'm doing much better by getting rid of these toxic people and circumstances and thought processes that were set in my mind, like, say, trusting people too fast, too soon. And now I don't do that. So now trust is a different video which will come later. So this is what I did. First, I physically removed these feelings of uh, victimhood by burning things and removing unnecessary items from my life which were connected to my personal pains which were there during the time of my problems. So that helped. And then internally, feeling of being a victim, feeling of being used, regrets of what I had said or people had done to me slowly started to be removed by also mentally removing people from my mind, and the stories which were in my mind which were being repeated again and again. I stopped repeating those, like videos in your mind which keep on going on in a loop again and again. I stopped doing that. So once you find yourself dwelling on a problem which happened to you, you should stop yourself, and it works. Think of something else. Think of all the uh, good things that have happened to you and the small successes that you have made in your life. So that helps to get rid of all the emotional baggage that we have. So I hope this helps you, and do let me know in the comment section what you feel about emotional baggage. Thank you so much. Do like and share the video.